my hair just washed a couple hours ago. All right, how's everybody doing? How's my live streaming family? How are you guys doing? My goodness, Janet, you're the first one in tonight. Wow, it's good to see you. And it's interesting that you're here. It's great because I wanted to make an announcement a little later. Last week I told you guys that I had made a new, I had made a new website for the Behringer equipment community. And I came to this interesting conclusion. Sometimes we recognize that there's a need to do something and we just do it. You know, not necessarily because we're the best person, and Matthew, fist bump to you. Not because we're the best person to do it, but because we're in a position to do it. You know what I mean? Sometimes people say, oh, it's so great that you did that or something or whatever, but I say, I don't the only thing I know is it was necessary. I should have done it. So for quite a while now, in addition to the late night line group, which is a line group for the people that follow me and have similar interests, we've had a live streaming technology group called Live Streaming Tech online, on the line group, online app. And it occurred to me, when I was searching around, there's no actual dedicated forum for live streaming technology, and especially for viewers to give their input and viewers to interact with the live streamers. So I've done it again. And if you'll notice in the description of this video, there is the URL. And it is this. I actually put up a site called livestreaming.technology. I'm going to just try to, I don't want to do that. No. That's not what I wanted to do. Ugh. You just saw a major faux pas that Periscope just did. And I don't know how to get out of it. Right. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so I guess, I don't know. This is very strange. Jake, help me. Okay, this should be, I can't get the, anyway, this is it. I can't believe this happened. Live streaming. Gosh, wouldn't it be terrible if I had to quit just because of this? Done. Okay. What I wanted to do was all I wanted to do was move it like this. Oh, that was bad. So, believe it or not, technology is a domain. It's an actual domain now. So, this is for the live streaming community, and it is, of course, you know, an HTTPS SSL secured site. But if you just put livestreaming.technology in your browser, then that's what you're going to get. You're going to get the site. Now, the interesting thing is, for all the live streamers who have requested it, so far we got David Osaka and a couple others, and myself. There's a forum there that you can interact and send direct messages and interact directly with your favorite live streamer. This is something that you ordinarily cannot do. Okay? Because ordinarily you don't have access to that, like through email and so forth. And you know, the good part about it is, if you can imagine, for example, somebody like Dave, who's extremely popular and in my opinion is the best live streamer in the world, he's my favorite live streamer. Can you imagine all the messages and you know, traffic that he would get if you know, of course you can reach him on Twitter, but I can imagine the number of DMs that he gets. So the forum is a really good idea, and it's a place that live streamers can use to share information, tips, tricks, things that we've learned. And also I've got it divided up into platforms too. So, you know, all the different platforms, YouTube, you know, Twitter Live, I've got Instagram, Haps, I've got the new one, Heckle, and just everything that you can think of, Facebook Live, they're all there, including some of the audio forums. So there's something there for everybody. It's my hope that a lot of people will join and give us their opinion and express, you know, what they think about these different technologies. And it's about sharing resources and so forth. So, all right, so that's all I wanted to say about that. So for now, I'll just take this off. Now, a couple things happened this week. First of all, I'm going to put this picture up before we go any further, and I would like the audience to take a look. I'm going to show this later. I'll show this right now, and I'll show this in between some other things. Take a look and see if you can guess what these things are. Now, that hot oil that I made, it's over here. I brought it down tonight. I'm kind of afraid to show it, but it's, yeah, that hot oil that I made, boy, oh boy, it is so good. And I brought it down tonight. Mr. Wu was making some of his famous chicken nuggets, and they're way better than the standard variety. Oh, they just arrived. They just arrived. I got to show you this, okay? So let me go on the back camera and do this and do that. That is Mr. Wu's chicken nuggets. Look at that. Boy, oh boy. Amazing. Wow. Onions and basil. So he puts a lot into it. So there's one customer that was sitting over there, but he's gonna do something. So I'm going to be dipping these into my new hot oil. Now recently, as far as guitar playing goes, I was watching some YouTube videos, and there's a guy named Rick Beato. He's pretty good. He's a producer from a long time ago. Excellent musician, excellent musicologist. You should check him out. He's really good. And he did a YouTube video on maybe you're using the wrong gauge guitar strings. Now, I've always been using 10s since I was a young man. I went on the road playing music when I was 21. And when you're young and strong and you got a lot of adrenaline, you know, you need that control, pulling, you know, like you're pulling strings and stuff, and you can go too fast, and you know, you need tension, right? I was always using 10 gauge. I've used some 9 gauge, but I never used 8s in my life. And Brian May, originally with the Red Special, used 8s, and it turns out Rick was saying that all the old guys, he said, we used to all use 8s as a matter of course when we were younger. So let me go ahead and play the voice message. This is a new capability that we have going right now. So I have to wait for the voice message to show up. It's not actually showed up yet in my Line app. So right now, Prism is in background mode, and we're still broadcasting. I don't see the message yet. It still may be uploading. So the problem is if I don't take advantage of the notification when I get it, I'll miss it. All right, here's the thing. I don't see the message. So I'm going to go back to Prism. There you go. And in just a minute, just send me another little message, Dean. That'll give me a notification, and I can go to, you know, I'll tell you what, I'll prompt you for that. I'll just say go ahead. So what I did was I found some 8 gauge strings, because I guess I forgot that. Now that I think about it, I guess when I was about 16 years old, and you know, early on in my guitar playing career, I guess some rock stars that I knew at the time were playing 8s. So I got a set of I got several sets, 2 of them, Ernie Ball Super Slinkies, and if you look, you can see that it shows it says the string gauge down there. You see where it says 8, 8, 11, 14? That's what we call eighths. It's 8 thousandths of an inch, or it's slightly under a millimeter. So that is that's the size. And we're going with it on the Brian May Red Special, so it's kind of like going home. It's kind of like the Brian May is, you know, is getting the strings that it originally had on it, the 8s. And I gotta tell you, so far, I put them on my Epiphone. So far, I really like them because I'm getting older and I don't have the, you know, the adrenaline that I had, and I'm not on the road. So yeah, when I'm in the studio, I find I can do pretty well with the 8s. So I really like that. Now, my wife doesn't watch my live streams, but next Wednesday is our 14th anniversary. And I talked with Phoenix, and Phoenix wanted to get us something. So I ordered a cake from Phoenix. It's one of those cakes that you can put a picture on, right? You can print a picture on it. And this is one of our wedding pictures that we took. And I just love this picture. It's one of my favorite pictures of my wife. My wife does not like to wear traditional clothing anymore, and I don't know why, because she looks really good. And I'm wearing, believe it or not, traditional Chinese clothing. And I dyed my hair. And I dyed my beard for the wedding. Because I wanted the photos to look like, yes, she is, thank you. I wanted, you know, the photos to look like I aged. You see what I'm saying? I've aged. She is. My wife, is, to me, is the most beautiful woman there is. All right. I'm going to show you this again. Do we have anybody that's going to take a guess? I'm getting ready to do my first hot oil chicken nugget. Oh boy, this is going to be amazing. Anybody want to take a guess at what that is? So, one more time, just to reiterate, this is my new site, livestreaming.technology. And Jan, you're welcome to sign up. All you got to do is just go there and pick a username and a password. You know, there's an email verification. It's just standard stuff, you know. But we'd love to have you. And, you know, it's a way that you, so, instead of going, you know, to the late night group, instead of doing that online, you can just, on the Line app, you can just go to, it's just a website, and you can interact with Taiwan Live TV, me and everybody else. So there you go. All right, I'm going to do this. And in Chinese we say la yo. This is like drenched in this oil. Look at this. Ah, it's reeking of sesame. Oh.
不是吗？很好看，很香。
你要试试看吗？
我闻到了。
Ask me what to try. Ask me what to try. You sit down. Okay. Thank you. Well, Jan, you can either try Line, or you might want to do both. You can go right here at Livestreaming Technology. I'm hoping, it's only been up for like 2 days. So, actually no, I put it up yesterday. Today's the second day. Dean, welcome. This bump. Did that message make it to Line? Yeah, and if it did, go ahead and just send me a text, just some text message, say, you know, 1212. And, you know, I'll go the pull down and I'll get it and we'll play it. Yeah, the thing is, Jan, with livestreaming.technology, I mean, that's the domain. Instead of .com, it's just .technology. It's one of those new domains. You don't have to install anything. Just use your regular web browser. Use your phone, computer, whatever you want. Pick a username. It should be, probably the one that you used, Janet Hinahara, and it could be, whatever you want for a password. Dean is on the board. Dean doesn't live stream very, very often. Well, a lot of people know who he is. He has his own forum on there too. And the forums that these individual live streamers have is theirs to do with what they want. So they can post, whatever kind of commentary that they want to post, so it's okay. So Dean, go ahead and send me a message online. In the meantime, I'm going to put this back up. Does anybody want to take a guess? These two objects are different. They're composed of different materials. So, if anyone would care to take a guess. What do you think those things are? Two different pieces of material. Oh, sneezing. I hate that. Actually, the thing is, I wouldn't mind just leaving this up. The oil. Wouldn't mind leaving that up. If I go over here, does it cover the comments? No, it doesn't. It looks better over there. Well, I was, 51, I think. Now, I got to give a lot of credit to my wife's parents because I was considerably older than the groom that they may have had in mind for their daughter, and so I give their parents a lot of credit for accepting me and so forth. Because the funny thing is my wife's mother, I think, is 9 years older than me. So, excuse me. Mic on. Thank you. Yep. In the old days in the radio studios, we'd have a cough switch. You could just press the button and it would deaden. We have that here in Prism too, but we have to manually do it. Something in the menu here, so. Anyway, so what else is going on? And I'm waiting for Dean or Matthew or somebody to send me a message from the Line group so I can go back to the Line group and see what's there. Well, here's the thing. I've never done this. Let me try something. This may end the stream. It's okay. Let's see if it works. If I do this. Okay. Well, I'm still on. And let's play the voice message from Dean.
Hey, it's live in Taiwan. Good morning from Wisconsin.
Okay, I didn't see that. Now, I presume you heard that because you can hear my commentary when I'm in the other app. So this is really great. Prism does actually minimize and let you run the other app in the forward and prompt. That is so cool. So let me know. Did you hear that? And Dean, look, I want to tell you, man, I appreciate it because you're always a good sport. But you're always willing to try something new. You're one of the first people to sign up for the new forum, and I asked for a, like a voice message, and you sent me one right away. So, fist bump. Kudos to you, man. My only regret is the only time I was ever in Wisconsin was the time I was in Rockford, and I took a wrong turn. Boy, oh boy. You guys ever eat oil that's so hot? Or not that this hot, but other spices going on. It makes you cough and it makes you sneeze. I love that kind of stuff. I told you the story a long time ago about the Thai soup that I ate that was just so hot. I mean, my eyes sprayed the inside of my glasses, with water. It was unbelievable. Okay, one more time. Do we have any guesses as to what these things are? This is the YouTube thumbnail. This is the YouTube thumbnail. Dina, I want to ask you, too, because you were always a big fan of D-Live. What is going on with D-Live? What's D-Live doing? Here's what I think. This is Ask MJ time. I think that if you're not YouTube, if you're not Twitter, if you're not Facebook, then you're not going to make it. That's what I think. These companies have billions of dollars behind them. I mean, look at what Twitter did. They bought Periscope for an undisclosed amount of money that people estimate between 100 and 150 million. And they just quit the app. And they bought Squad for who knows what reason. They got money. Prism, okay, if you look in the, in the corner here, Prism Live Studios by Naver, they're the people that own Line. That's a Korean group. They got billions of dollars too, so they're not going anywhere. But these little apps that are coming up, I hate to say this, but this new app that everybody's talking about on iOS is probably going to be the same category. See, for those of you who have followed me for a long, long time, remember back in 2017, I was invited to Dubai to visit Broadcast, the CEO of the company. I had become the most popular live streamer on the platform, which wasn't that difficult because most of their streamers basically were Russian speaking, and they had abandoned the app. I don't know why. I found Broadcast, and I was using it all the time. And I had really nice follower base, and Broadcast supported voice messages, which is one reason I wanted to kind of do that with Line. But what happened was I didn't realize that they were going to go out of business, and so all of those live streams. Well, actually, I was very friendly with the the developers. You know, I used to do testing with them, and they, like I said, their CEO invited me, all expenses paid, trip with my wife in Phoenix to Dubai for their annual business meeting in November, but it didn't happen. It got canceled because their investor pulled out. Here's the thing. They told me that all of the live streams that had ever been done on that platform put together was a half a terabyte. I should actually, I still have their contact information. I should see if they could give me that stuff. I'd love to have all those old streams. Of course, there was no comment burning back then. All right, I'm going to go back to line for a second. Oh, no. I'm going to go back to line just for a second. I'm going to type something. I'm going to reveal the photo. Okay, that's all I want to say. I'm going to reveal the photo. We're coming back. Okay, now here's what happened. I'm going to reveal what this is. I was eating some soup tonight. Vietnam soup, Ho Phin, they call it. It's a rice wide noodle. Ho Phin is what they use for the famous Hong Kong dish called beef chow phoon, which is like a wide noodle, but the phoon is fun in Mandarin. Ho Phin, so it's a wide, like, rice noodle. And in this, it was a Vietnam soup. In this soup were pieces of pork leg, or pork foot actually, and the foot had some bone chips. So the piece on the right is a chip from the bone. So, can you guess what the piece on the left is? Go ahead. I'll wait. What do you think this piece on the left is? Yeah. F's and S. No, I didn't save the piece to glue it in. My dentist is a genius. And he uses lines, so I already sent him a picture, and I already told him I need to see him. So I'll get a he'll probably send me a message tomorrow saying come in at like 2:30 or something. Anyway. That's how it is. But these kind of services in Taiwan are very... I sent a message. Oh, I see. John Ho sent a message. John Ho is so busy. No. Gotta love him though. Sent him a message today. And you're lucky if you can get it back in 24 hours. Yeah. So. But Jan, we hope to see you on livestreaming.technology. I'm going to leave that up there. Is that okay? Is that too obtrusive? Is that okay? Livestreaming.technology. I'm trying to get the word out. If you guys could, promote this and tell others. It's not about me, but it's about, the live streaming community and trying to have basically a repository. My pronunciation is great. Oh, it's a good thing I'm not doing any vocals on. A repository of information and technology. So I did contact Nick Nimmin. He's one of the more famous live streamers on YouTube. I probably should contact Roberto Blake and let him know what's going on too. But these are just professional courtesies because I don't want people to hear about things that I've done and they should know. But yeah, there you go. Oh, this hot oil is just something. I mean, look at this. I'm just drenching this thing. It's like, oh, it's dripping in this hot chili oil. Look at that. Tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to do some on that camera. Okay, here's the hot oil. Look at this. It's got the flakes of it in there. And oh, let me just stab it again. Got the flakes in there. Look at that. Oh, that's some hot pepper on there. And that's some pepper flakes, black pepper, red pepper, and the oil. And the oil has a lot of black sesame in it. I started it out as black sesame based. A majority is coconut oil with a high concentration of medium chain triglycerides. So while you're sweating and while you're choking because it's super hot, it's actually really good for you. Oh my goodness. So Mr. Wu's customers here have asked me to come down and bring my guitar and do like a little show on Saturday. But the other thing is they're asking me to do like an even bigger show. They want to bring my whole system down and my MIDI keyboard, which does backing tracks, which I have meticulously mixed over the years to make some really, really good backing tracks. So I might actually end up doing that. But this place, I had a talk today. It's funny because you never know who you're going to meet. We're just sitting here talking to some Taiwanese guys, some innocuous guys, just drinking, and they're acting silly because they're having fun. But one of them is the business partner of Mr. Wu, and he does business in China, and he has millions of RMB in various ventures. Sorry. And guy smoking over there. Oh, I can't stand cigarettes. And so, well, let me just show you what I'm talking about. This is the place, and there's my table. There's another table, but that's the place that does the breakfast, and that's the place that does the rest of the stuff. But the problem is the room is at least 60% cooking, maybe more, with the sink and the icebox. There's an icebox over there. There's a customer that I want to show him. There's too much infrastructure stuff in this room, and in reality, it only has 4 tables. So I told the boss that if this is my place, I'd put all the cooking stuff in the kitchen and leave this out here. This is enough room for a small nightclub. You could do like an open mic night or something on like Saturday nights or things, So yeah, it's or even during the week. And we have a lot of Filipino people in this neighborhood, and they will come down here if they can have entertainment in English. But they got, 2 ice boxes because they're separate businesses. And they got an ice box in the back. They just need one. This ice box over here is just not so much. There's some stuff for sale for the customers, but they're separate businesses and they need to be consolidated. That's the problem. When you've got a factory, and the manufacturing section is down here and the rest of it is office, you're going to lose money. What you want is, this is manufacturing, you want that, the office. What they got here is a big room, and they got half of it for infrastructure, but this half over here is only open during the morning. That's one of the things I was talking about this guy with, because he gets it. I said, I told him I was a manufacturing engineering consultant in the States, and if you have half of the building only making money from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., that's not good. It needs to be reduced down. It's way too big. They don't need all that space. So we'll see what happens. They got too much stuff. They got one like walk area with gas burning. They got 2 soup bins, but they got like a mile worth of counter. It's just for visibility. See, people walk by and they see the kitchen stuff. Well, they don't need to see that. They just need to see the sign. The kitchen is not that important. If they want, they can walk back in the kitchen. But if I do this, I'll show you. That's the kitchen back there. See, it's the kitchen back in there. See. So if they wanted to, they can move all of that infrastructure stuff back there and put more tables. So I was asking Mr. Wu about does he have more customers here? And he said, well, he had more takeout customers over there by Win-Wins, but here he has more dine-in customers. Well, it's because he has tables here that he didn't have over there. So the truth is, if he had wall-to-wall tables, he could put maybe 10 or 11, just looking at here, 10 or 11, if you just read all this stuff, 10 or 11 tables in here, they would all be full of customers. Yeah. Taiwanese like to come here. They like friendly places that they can sit at night and drink. Taiwanese are night people, We like to hang out at night. And like Japanese, typically, we like to eat when we drink. If you guys remember that that show, what was it called? 3 Sheets? I'm surprised that show was allowed on the air, but the guy basically traveled around the world getting drunk. But he went to Japan, and they were up all night drinking, but they were eating, and they never got drunk. And they were just up, all night, so. Sneezing, but that's how you do it. Eat and drink at the same time. And you guys see me do that all the time, almost every night. I am eating some kind of food, talking with you, drinking some kind of rum or whiskey. I don't have to be drinking, but when I'm drinking, I like to eat. And it really helps to keep things balanced and under control. Because I got to tell you, if you've ever been super hungry and your stomach is completely empty, you have something to drink, boy, it goes right to your head, and it is. So, all right, I want to thank everyone for joining. I'm going to sign off. I'm kind of tired, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like the way my voice sounds with my tube chipped. It's bugging me. Yeah. I used to like to smile. Not anymore. I like my reflection back there, over there. It's pretty cool, huh? Guys, take care. And please visit livestreaming.technology and sign up, and you'll find a bunch of forums. And yeah, there's a suggestions forum too. So we've got suggestions of things you'd like to see. Don't be shy. It's there for you to use. Guys, take care. Thank you so much for joining. I haven't done this for a while. We're going to give you the big finger. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining. Nice to see you. Love you all.